स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल ना भूलें। आप हमें फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर पर भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं। और हाँ, हाउसैट ऐप को भी डाउनलोड करना बिल्कुल मत भूलिएगा, क्योंकि वहाँ लेजेंड्स को हराकर आप जीत सकते हैं 2 गुना कैश।
दोस्तों बहुत बहुत स्वागत है स्पोर्ट्स तक में। मेरे साथ मैनचेस्टर से डायरेक्टली जुड़ रहे हैं पूर्व क्रिकेटर फारूक इंजीनियर। सर, बहुत बड़ी न्यूज आ रही है कि जो 5th और फाइनल ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड पे मैच होना था वो अब कैंसिल हो चुका है। किस तरह से आप प्रतिक्रिया जाहिर करेंगे? इतने बड़े मैच को लेकर डिसाइडर मैच था, 5th और फाइनल मैच था।
नमस्कार। बहुत बड़ी न्यूज है मगर बहुत डिसअपॉइंटिंग न्यूज है, क्योंकि ये मेरे बैकग्राउंड में ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड स्टेडियम है। लोग बहुत एंग्शियसली अवेट करते थे ये मैच के लिए, क्योंकि बहुत इंग्लैंड को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट गेम है टू इक्वलाइज। हम लोग 2-1 लीड करते हैं और पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, क्योंकि वी गेट कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग रिपोर्ट्स। सुना है इंडियन टेलीविजन से, मेरे दोस्त लोग फोन करते हैं, बोलते हैं कि इंडिया is saying all 11 players are fit to play, whereas over here the report says that Indian team have said that they cannot field the team, and hence they have requested ECB to cancel the game or postpone the match. अभी postpone करेंगे तो कभी खेलेंगे with the IPL and World T20 coming up. It's a very tight schedule. इसलिए हमें पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है। किसी मैच में किसी प्लेयर्स, कौन प्लेयर्स फिट है, कौन सपोर्ट स्टाफ फिट है कि नहीं, मुझे कुछ नहीं मालूम। मैं वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हूँ लैंकाशायर काउंटी का। लैंकाशायर will lose a lot of money, millions of pounds, but I don't know if insurance covers that and all that. But apart from anything, it's very disappointing because we were looking to beating England again convincingly and win 3-1, inshallah. But that is not going to happen, unfortunately. In a way, if England could have beaten us, would have been a drawn series. इसलिए कुछ बोल नहीं सकते क्रिकेट में क्या नसीब में लिखा है, how the players will perform, because the conditions are cloudy. Conditions will be suitable for people like Jimmy Anderson or swing bowling. मगर हमारे टीम में भी swing bowler है बहुत अच्छे। Bumrah is in the form of his life, and Shardul Thakur came in and did very well. हमारी टीम इतनी अच्छी है कि we got the best off spinner in the world in Ravichandra Ashwin, and and he doesn't even get a chance in the 11. I don't know if he would have played today. He should have, because Old Trafford is traditionally a turning pitch. तो पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. Everyone's in the dark. I'm sorry, I can't give you any more information. I wish I knew.
So do you think it was a wise decision to have a book launch during an important series during the ongoing pandemic?
Well, I'm not prepared to comment on that, because people are blaming Ravi Shastri for it. Ravi has done wonders for Indian cricket. He's done tremendous. He and Ravi and VIRAT. You can't blame the two of them for going to a book launch. They didn't go outside the hotel. It was inside the hotel. At the Taj Chambers, opening a new thing. And it coincided with Ravi's. In fact, the day after, I was with Ravi on the same podium. He gave me a big hug. And thank God I haven't started coughing and sneezing yet. I had COVID last year, but I've taken both my jabs and all that. But I'm 83. I'm very vulnerable. But thank God nothing's been, But it's very easy to blame somebody, to pinpoint somebody. हमारे लोग selfie लेते हैं. Yesterday I went to a function with Michael Vaughan at Old Trafford. I was the chief guest with him. And hundreds of people came to me, Farokh engineer, can we have a selfie with you? नहीं कैसे बोल सकते? Of course. And who knows, one of them could be positive. So to be kind to people, and Ravi and Virat may have done the same thing, been, selfie के लिए, or shaking hands with people. आते हमारे लोग, if they don't realize it themselves, they've got COVID, उन लोग आके हाथ मिलाते, हम लोग मिलते, shoulder पे हाथ रखते हैं photo के लिए. All these are dangerous things, but क्या करें? You got to do it for your fans. That risk is always there. So you can't really blame Ravi and Virat, although I believe a lot of blame has been laid on him there, वो तो किस्मत की बात है, But Ravi and Virat shouldn't be ostracized. They've done such wonderful things for Indian cricket. I've lost you again. Can't hear you. Shazia, as soon as you move from that place, the thing goes.
No, I'm asking if you're not, if you don't want to blame Ravi Shastri, who would you blame? Because despite the bio bubble, 4 of the staff members were COVID positive.
I mean, वो तो किस्मत की बात है ना. People come for selfies all the time. People come for, मैं बोला ना, the fans come. How do you disappoint them? How do you say no to little children and women who come to you? Please, my husband wants a selfie. My father, my grandfather, and आते हैं हम लोग कान पे हाथ रखते हैं और smile करते हैं, selfie देते हैं. So you can easily get infected by anybody. People who don't know that they have COVID also, or could have it. So, I mean, to blame Ravi and Virat, I think it's a bit disappointing because they've done really well in England. I'm not taking Ravi's side. Ravi is my very good friend. Same school, same college we went. But I think it's unfair to level criticism at him only because he's a manager, he's a well-known person. Of course, Virat was with him. So, the blame would be equally leveled at our captain too, which I think is unfair because if you were going to get COVID not from that function, but in the hotel itself, there are other guests, and you're bound to come across people who come for an autograph, come for a selfie, who could be infected and who could give you that infection. However careful you are, however much you wash your hands, however much you use sanitizers and all that, sub precaution leke bhi nasib mein hota, so I mean, you're going to get COVID. I mean, that is kismat ki baat hai. I mean, they did not go in crowded trains or anything like that, crowded buses, public transport. They have their own transport, their own coach. So I mean, it's just bad luck that somebody who's come for an autograph or a photograph or a selfie has probably, infected Ravi or something like that. Kisko bhi ho sakta hai. Anyone could be. I have, although I've retired from the game 50 years ago, still people come to me for selfies every day. People come for autographs every day. Kahan bhi bahar restaurant mein bhi jate hain, although I have mask on and all that, but people come for autograph selfies. You can't say no to them, especially elderly people, women, you got to have the respect for the fans. So, I mean, you try and oblige them, but it's like killing you with kindness. You try to do that, little they realize that they are infecting you. So, I mean, to kismat ki baat hai, just, it can happen anytime, any place, anywhere.
Sir, 2 bio bubbles.
Yeah, bio bubble mein to hote hai team. I was staying in the same hotel and I did not mix with any players. I know 1 or 2 players really well. In fact, Ravi was in the next room. But I didn't even go. Normally I would go and have a drink with him or something. But I didn't do that. I respected that they must be in a bubble. So,
sir, both the teams were in bio bubble. India was in a bio bubble, strict bio bubble. England was in a strict bio bubble. Yet you think that there was the bio bubble from the Indian team actually became loose because none of the cases came from the England squad.
Well, I don't know. As I said, nasib ki baat hai. Maybe England hotel, where England was staying in a different hotel. Maybe the rules were stricter than ours. You see, COVID has started to relax over here. So everyone has become a bit relaxed. But still, yesterday, just under 200 people died in England. 30-odd thousand people were infected, were positive. So, I mean, it's still there. It's in the air. It's in the hands of people. You don't know who you're mixing with. Like you go to a restaurant, the waiter could have it and give it to you. So you take all sorts of precautions. But in spite of that, कुछ होने वाला होगा, तुम्हारे नसीब में लिखा होगा कि तुमको कोविड होने वाला है. However much precautions you take, it can still happen. And I think that is unfortunate case that it has happened. I wouldn't like to blame Ravi and Virat the way they've been blamed. You try and do something to appease people. You respect people. You think in a big 5-star hotel like Taj, you wouldn't have, but some guest might have it. And he may not know himself that he's got COVID, and he could really infect. So it's easy to put the blame on manager and captain, but I think it's a little unfair.
So now the test match, which has been cancelled, might it's been said that indefinitely being postponed and might take place next year. But with the schedule being so jam-packed, do you think that is a possibility?
Everything is a possibility. Why not? IPL was postponed, and now they're going to play IPL. And I think a test match is much more important than IPL. So I'm sure the World ICC Cricket Authorities would like to have, nothing bigger than an England-India test match. England used to think that Australia, Ashes, they were the do-all and end-all. But I think even they're beginning to realize that India-England series is even much bigger than the Ashes. I think so. India-England series is much bigger than the Ashes. Look at the crowds. We've had packed out stadiums, Lord's, Oval, Trent Bridge, Birmingham, and Manchester. Complete sellouts. And whenever India tour England, that is the case. The last time we had a complete sellout here was when India played Pakistan in the World Cup. So many jets came from all over the world, especially with Indian supporters, that Manchester Airport wasn't able to even handle them. Some jets had to go to Liverpool Airport nearby. इतना डिमांड है क्रिकेट के लिए.
स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल ना भूलें. आप हमें फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर पर भी फॉलो कर सकते हैं. और हाँ, हाउसएट ऐप को भी डाउनलोड करना बिल्कुल मत भूलिएगा, क्योंकि वहाँ लेजेंड्स को हराकर आप जीत सकते हैं 2 गुना कैश.